From the internet, it's the BTB Internet Talk Show. Special guests, Pandemonium, Dean Martin. If you've got the internet, you get a talk show. Here's your host, Mr. BTB himself, Scott Curtis.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. It's me, Dean Martin. How are you doing? So Scott's got explosive diarrhea, and I'm going to sit in for him for the first part tonight until the old Imodium kicks in, okay? Yeah, he's got it bad. He's been in the John for like 6 hours. So yeah, it's me, Dean Martin. I think I can handle this because I had my own show and I hosted a roast show called the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast, if you remember that. So I think I can handle this stupid little internet show. So just deal with it. I've got announcements. Scott kind of walked me through what the announcements are. We are on the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling channel. And golly, they got a lot of shows. They've got the Beacon of Insignificance on Sundays from 6 to 7. They've got Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling Cannabis Finance podcast on Mondays from 8 to 9. They've got Comedy Therapy Tuesdays from 3 to 4. And the Dollar Store Movie Game Show, Tuesday, 8 to 9. Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling, the main show, 3 to 4 on Wednesday. Night Meds, 4 to 5 on Wednesday. Jason Pollock show on Wednesdays, 7 to 8. The Word is Thursdays from 3 to 4. I watched part of that today. It's improv. It's cool. Then we got me. And then we've got John Poveromo with Dystopia Tonight, 8:30 to 9:30. Comedians Roundtable Reserve, Friday, 2:30 to 4. And Main Street with Gary Allen, Fridays, 4 to 5. Yeah, that's what's going on this channel. It's me, Dean Martin. And tonight, directly after this show, John Poveromo's got Camilla Cleese. You may recognize that last name, Cleese. She is John Cleese's daughter. Yeah, John Cleese's daughter is going to be on John Poveromo's show tonight. I've got some stories about John Cleese. He came to see me in Vegas one time and wanted to see me after the show, and that motherfucker be tall. Yeah, he's a tall guy. It's me, Dean Martin. More announcements. Hey, Scott put out a special episode of Behind the Bits because the Drop Comedy Club is returning in a new venue. It's at the Aloft Hotel in downtown South Bend, and he talked to Heather and Jim, two of the owners of the club, and that's out on the podcast apps now. And they are starting their run at the new place with one of my favorites, Stuart Huff, coming up the week of the 2nd. He's going to start on Friday, April 2nd. I think it's a 9 p.m. show, and then Saturday is an 8 and 10 there at the Aloft Hotel. So go to thedropcomedyclub.com to go to your tickets and support local comedy, wherever your comedy club may be. Let's see if we got anybody in the chat. We got people in the chat. Bucket list experiences. Scott talked to you earlier. We got Ben P. Hey, how you doing? And we got Jason. Fuck yeah, Stuart Huff. Yeah. So let's bring out our guest. It's me, Dean Martin, and I'm bringing out guests. First, we got Jeff Dwoskin. Hey, Jeff, how are you? Did you know that you're the host of Live from Detroit? It's the Jeff Dwoskin Show.
I did. I didn't realize for the first 20 episodes, but then you check your email and your DMs, and suddenly you're like, oh, I'm the host.
So I don't, I'm Dean Martin, and I died in 95, but not really. You know the story. And
right.
How to do podcast stuff. So Scott cues it up for me. I listened to the one with Jennifer Candy, just which is your last one.
Yes.
Talking about last names, we got Camilla Cleese coming on later on. Jennifer Candy, who might be her dad, but John Candy, right?
That's right. John Candy's daughter. She was really awesome too. We talked a lot about her dad. It was a really good talk.
Interview. I was so happy to listen to that, and she's such a joyous person, just like her dad was. And I just absolutely love listening to that. And I'm still John Cleese. Oh no, I'm not John Cleese. I am Dean Martin.
Lay off the drink there, buddy.
Let's bring up Zach Wiseman from Some Nobodies. Oh hey Zach, it's me.
Hello.
Dean Martin.
Yeah, I thought you were John Cleese for a second, but apparently you're still Dean Martin, which is great.
Yeah, I am only John Cleese on the weekends. So during the week I'm still Dean Martin. How's things been with you and your 300,000 podcasts?
Yeah, I'm at 400,000 now, so I still have a little bit of time. Sundays at like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. So if anybody thinks of another idea, I could probably fill that in. But yeah, things are going good. Talking Upstream, we're at almost 40 episodes. Our new show, Real Boys, comes out on Monday. We've got a couple episodes of that, which is, just us reviewing stupid movies. We have a great show on Wednesday, the live from Detroit, Jeff Dwoskin show, which gives you all the cool stuff about streaming and whatnot. And
crossing the streams.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cross the streams. Yeah. What I say? Streaming upstream.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Crossing the Streams is the number one show on the internet with the word streams in it.
That is true. I did look that up just to make sure you were not lying. But yeah, things are great.
I'm glad. So what about that? Do I hate Star Wars show? Whatever became of that? I heard Scott kind of blew you off.
Yeah, Scott. Apparently, he gets explosive diarrhea via text message as well, and he. No, he's a very busy man. He's got different bathrooms to visit and different guests to have on that are very important. So he's very busy. Eventually, we'll get that thing going.
He's got a lot of personal problems, let me tell you. Let's bring up our next guest. It's Scott's personal friend. I don't know this guy at all. It's Jason Staples.
Yes, hello.
I understand he likes cats.
I like cats. I don't. I wore a cat shirt to the comedy club once, and after that, I was just the cat guy. I don't know what happened. It really got away from me. I really thought you were John Cleese. So I'm glad you clarified.
Hashtag no filter.
Certified Cleese, 7 days a week. Yeah, I don't remember what I was saying. I just woke up from a nap. Excuse me.
Excellent. Naps are great. I take a lot of naps, and sometimes I get frozen during them.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let's bring up our next guest, and let's still call it his birthday. Let's just say it's his birthday, because after a while, your birthday lasts more than just a day. It's Scott's personal friend, Dan West. Dan West, happy birthday. Dean Martin saying happy birthday
to you.
I mean, I feel like at this point, Dean, you and I are personal friends. Like it feels disingenuous to just say that I'm Scott's friend. We go way back. I'm like 700 years old at this point. You can tell from my hairline.
The problem is I don't like to be presumptuous. I don't want to be the one that says we're friends. I want somebody else to say it.
Okay. Well, I feel like, Dean, we go way back at this point. I sing your songs at karaoke, and the world's a better place because Dean Martin's still in it.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, even though I look like shit, I'm feeling pretty good. It's Scott's got me on the greens, on all the veggies, and I'm feeling good. And,
I thought you meant greenies.
Yeah, those are good too.
Okay.
When I had
Jason, not everyone is a sinner. We don't all smoke marijuana cigarettes like you.
Some
of us are children of God.
Hey, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't know anything about that.
Do you live in Michigan?
No, I live in Colorado, so
very
law-abiding.
Yeah, and we got Michigan, we got South Bend, and we've
Indiana.
We've got Colorado, and while I'm here, Scott wanted me to mention that he's been drinking exclusively B Street Blues whiskey from.
Oh, that's a good bourbon.
You should take a pull off of that real quick.
Yeah, from West Fork Whiskey Co.
Nice.
I guess that means company. Yeah, and what he's doing is he's working hard for a sponsorship. He's actually contacted them and gotten no replies. So guess what, West Fork Whiskey? You got to the end of this bottle, and then Scott's going to go on to something else because he doesn't care what whiskey he drinks as long as he drinks whiskey. But you could be a sponsor of both this shitty talk show and his award-winning podcast. Wow. So yeah,
no, I get that. I've been looking for a sponsor as well, and every time I pitch cocaine, they don't respond back, and it's really upsetting.
The cocaine people don't?
Yeah, no, cocaine never replies back when I'm like, "Hey, you should sponsor me."
And you know what? They got shitty branding. Their branding is just awful. If they, if it was like, a big C and a little O and a big cane, if get it like a good go better.
You guys seem very sponsor focused. I would never probably want to focus a sponsor. And when I do, I'm drinking my Nestle Pure water. full of minerals, but not minerals for minerals' sake. They add the minerals.
Do you know how long it's been since I've had an Alamo beer? Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
This is getting out of hand, and I'm a big fan. Didn't expect anything less from a Dean Martin hosted Scott Curtis Behind the Bits talk show.
Yeah, this is going to be a big load of horse shit. I had a really good one last week, Scott had a really good one last week. And Scott was really stoked. He got to be on a show with Gary Goldman. He actually talked to Gary Goldman on a show last week. That was fun.
That is fun. This show just keeps on going, just like Kirkland Battery. Kirkland Battery is now available in many different sizes.
This isn't going to go too long, is it?
You understand that Jeff Dwoskin has gotten Dos Equis on his responses.
I need to go soon so I can watch Cabin Fever now on DVD.
This just feels like that movie Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping, where he has the catchphrase verse.
I got a purple mouse.
Okay.
I'm really surprised that Dean Martin has not tried to get a sponsorship from Ritz Crackers.
But in all
various things that he's putting on a Ritz.
Hey,
Scott, in all seriousness, though, where can I get that B? What was it? B water? What was it?
B water.
Bourbon water.
This is Dean, and it's B Street Blues Bourbon. Check your.
Do you know if I can get that with an American Express card?
Can I download that?
I never leave home without it. I never leave home without it.
With a Kindle Paperwhite.
I'm running out of things I can grab, so can I use a can opener to open it? I don't know. I'm out of ideas.
How about
I'm running out of branded stuff.
I can hear y'all very good with these Bear dynamic headphones. So great.
Wait, so you just held up headphones that you're not wearing to say how good you can hear out of them?
Yeah.
I'll call them bullshit staples.
No, these are really good.
These are really good. And if ever you can't hear out of them well, may I suggest Stanley line of tools? Stanley line of tools can get you through any situation.
This is as off the rails as I expected when Scott told us Dean was going to be hosting and there were no rules.
Nothing else to read. We've got Custodians of the Cosmos by Drayton Allen. Really good book.
Oh, I have that. I won that book.
Yeah, me too. I won a
bucket list. Several of us have held up what we're drinking. Scott's told us about his B Street. Yes, cocaine is for the boys. Yeah. I'm drinking Dos Equis. What's everybody else drinking because we want to have an immersive experience with our viewers?
I'm drinking water out of a bottle.
Yeah. I'm drinking water out of an old milk bottle.
Water.
I'm not drinking because I'm still recovering from my Moderna vaccine.
Oh, that's awesome! I love hearing when people get the vaccine. I got the Johnson & Johnson. The VA took care of us.
Johnson.
So I only had to do the one shot, and I'm really, really excited about it. So I'm glad to see other people are getting vaccinated.
They can barely give them away. For those of you listening, and this is not to be serious for a second, but like most of the places that give out these vaccines most people don't show up for their appointments.
Yeah.
You should be calling, and you call later in the day and you ask for, do you have any left over? And they'll be like, yeah, and you rush over. It doesn't matter how old, well, you have to be 16 or above, I think, but like you can go get the vaccines because they have to throw them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard about several people making that same call.
Yeah, my doctor told me about that, or Scott's doctor told him about that.
Yeah. The funny thing is, my wife has been calling every day. Oh,
my wife.
So you guys are still there, but I want everybody to see that Scott's working on some merch. He's got the BTB Buddy T-shirt here on me. We're buddies. We both got the same T-shirt, and he doesn't have it up for sale yet because he wanted to make sure it looked right before he put it up for sale. So it looks right. He's going to put it up for sale soon. So you can get merch. You son of a bitches can go out and get some merch for the BTB Internet Talk Show and Behind the Bits podcast. He won an award.
If I know anything about merch pitches, it's always good to get wrong what it says on the merch when you're doing the pitch. So way to go there, Dean.
Okay,
a lot of colors.
Thank you, and thank you for being respectful. But I know you son of a bitches have been watching this superhero movie, this DC thing, and you're all feeling bad about it because you spent 4 hours about it. So why don't you get it out of your system? Why don't you tell Zack Snyder what you think of him? I didn't watch it. I've been watching Dairy Girls on Netflix. Very good show. But I haven't watched it. So let's talk about this DC son of a bitch.
Well, I will say it was the best Zack Snyder film to date, but the bar was so low. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen a whole lot of the DC movies yet.
I'm with Zach. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, with caveats. I enjoyed it immensely.
Yeah,
I was furious that we had to sit through a moment where he decided to put in slow motion a sesame seed coming at the screen. But I think the biggest. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say it's impressive, like living the life of the Flash, and that's what he has to go through every day: is constant sesame seeds coming at him, constant hot dogs coming at him, constant possible creepy touching hair of people. But yeah, that's just that's a bit of life of the Flash, and you got to ride that train for a sec.
I think the biggest problem with the movie, and I hate to say this because I don't ever like giving people credit, but the biggest problem with this movie is not actually Zack Snyder's fault. I firmly believe that if it takes 4 hours to tell your story, you picked a shitty story. But if DC and Warner Brothers had done a better job setting up the DC universe as a whole, this movie wouldn't have needed to be 4 hours. It still would have been 3 hours and 45 minutes because of all the slow-mo. But it didn't need... If he hadn't had to make the audience care about Cyborg and the Flash because they didn't get their own movie or their own parts of other movies the way Black Widow or Scarlet Witch were done in Marvel, then it wouldn't have been nearly as just dragging an experience.
Well, I'm going to disagree with all of that. Number one, it isn't just one movie that's 4 hours. It is aggressively 3 movies that got condensed down into a 4-hour version of one movie. I will agree that it is a lot of slow motion. Zack Snyder is a visionary. He is a storyteller. And why put out a 3.5 version out, 3.5 hour version of a movie when you can stretch it and make it a little more feel? Number 2, you mentioned Scarlet Witch that was in Iron Man 2 that came out 15 years ago before she got her own movie.
Was Black Widow.
You mean
That's what I meant.
Black
Yeah,
Widow.
that's what I meant. Black Widow, yeah, who was in 6 other movies before maybe getting her own movie. Then you have Scarlet Witch that showed up in Avengers 2, which was multiple years ago, and it took this many years for her to get her own thing. I think that DC did a very good job of setting up what that universe could be. The problem is that the studio messed with Zack Snyder's original vision. If you look at BVS, the Ultimate Cut, now granted, you have to be a Batman fan, you have to be a Superman fan, you have to be a DC fan, you have to even be a Zack Snyder fan. But the BVS Ultimate Edition is a phenomenal movie that does a very good job of setting up some characters. This movie is a trilogy, so it's hard to take this movie as one thing. It is a cultural phenomenon because of how this thing got made. So you have to give it props for the fact that it exists in entirety. Number one. Number two, it is a movie that is a trilogy that was 3 movies in itself that got condensed down to 1 movie. That's pretty impressive as itself. So you're looking at a movie like Endgame or Infinity War. You can't take that movie by itself and say, oh, they didn't do a good job of setting up certain people. Yeah, of course not. It's a big, complex movie where the bad guy wins, and that's how that works. So I think that for what it is, it was very good.
I have to disagree.
the most upsetting thing. The most upsetting thing I've ever seen.
Zach,
the second post-credit scene. The second post-credit scene is the worst thing I've ever seen on any screen ever.
Which one was that?
That was the one where somebody wrote down the Joker saying, "Who's going to give you a reach around?" and said, "Perfect, we're going to go with that." Like that is.
Oh, the nightmare scene. Yeah,
okay,
like
that was the epilogue.
Yeah, that was called an epilogue. Yeah,
it felt like they were going with a teaser for an Injustice movie, sure. And just the writing on that is Batman and Robin level bad. It's Battlefield Earth bad. It is as bad as Citizen Kane is good. Like, I'm not going to say visually it was very attractive, and other parts of that, like where they were hinting at Superman, like it wasn't terrible, but just the stuff with the Joker was just deeply. I've been to Iraq twice, and that's the most upsetting thing that's ever happened to me. Like,
that may be an over exaggeration.
No, I am not prone
you
to
may owe the
exaggeration,
entire country of Iraq an apology for that one. But I do have Zach. I've heard you say this a couple times now, and the first time it made sense, but in hearing it again, I had to push back. I don't think this was a trilogy. This was his first movie. This was the movie. I mean, it was meant to be the first of a trilogy. But this is not 3 movies in one, because all of the Joss Whedon stuff covered most of this stuff. There isn't except the epilogue.
That was in Zack Snyder's original design. It was the thing that he already filmed. It was the progress that he was making. If you look at Man of Steel, BVS picks up exactly in the middle of Man of Steel. This movie picks up right at the end of BVS. This is one long movie. This is the beginning of his next line. Because this is now one movie, this becomes the end of his trilogy. That's what I was saying.
Oh, it becomes the end of the trilogy. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. I agree with Zach. And Zach and I think I speak for Zach when I say we do appreciate all the people in Iraq, and we apologize. We apologize for Dan. Dan's been drinking, so
I am fully on board with being the
guy. Your mic isn't loud at all.
Instead of being Dean Martin
or Dean. I saw the shirt.
My mic.
No, John, please.
John, please.
Am I on now?
Now you're okay.
You were always on. It was just very, very.
You were crackly there for a second.
Yeah, a little crackly.
Okay, so I'm sorry I asked the question. Have any of you guys seen Reanimator?
Not in a while.
I mean, in high school when it was cool.
That's a good fucking I just want to acknowledge we got Freddie Miller here. He's the stoner dude that was on Jimmy Kimmel, and a close personal friend of mine. So cool. Hey, Freddie, thanks for watching.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey,
hello, Freddie. Dean, I went onto Facebook.com with my Google Pixel 3a, and I asked some people some questions if they could ask
Google 3a.
I did.
Okay,
It's a 3A. Yeah, it's a very, very great phone. Thank you, Google.com, for sending that to me. I'll do the unboxing video later. And here's some questions. Here's some questions that Facebook.com users would like to ask. Christopher Battinger from Delaware would like to know, why the F did you get involved with that god-awful Olive Garden song?
Well,
dang.
Olive Garden got involved with me. I was frozen at the time.
Okay.
So
John Francois.
My family sold the rights. Okay.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. John Francois from Vermont would like to know: has Frank Sinatra ever threatened your life?
No, he did choke me out a couple times, but it was just in good fun.
Okay. Matt Napo would like to know if he knows why what damage Scott Curtis has done to your legacy.
I know that motherfucker, Matt Napo. Yeah, that bald motherfucker. Yeah, he's in New York doing 195 podcasts per day. Yeah, Matt's a nut. He's a podcast nut, and Scott, he is kind of fucking up my cred. I have to admit it.
Yeah. Nick Blotti from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania would like to know, what is your favorite wizard fight?
I'm actually I've been curious about this for a while. I'm really looking forward to this.
Okay, I've been watching I got the DVD box set of Wizards of Waverly Place. And,
oh shit, this is on brand for me.
And when the two kid wizards are mad because Dom DeLuise's son wouldn't take them to the water park, and they actually turn their wizardry on Dom DeLuise's son. That's my favorite wizard fight.
Peter DeLuise?
Yeah, whatever his son. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember my own son's name. He died in a plane wreck.
Whoa, what?
Liz Coe would like to know if you could tell anybody about all the gay Rat Pack stuff that we never heard about.
Joey Bishop was he was into some stuff, and I don't want to say gay, but very bi. Thanks for sticking around, Freddie, and thanks for the bah. While we're at it, I don't know how you're watching, Freddie, but you need to get over to the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling Twitch channel, because I'm turning everybody else off right now. Bye.